Hey guys, so I'm definitely getting, in small increments, stronger. The journey to get stronger is very harrowing. I haven't told you all yet, but around about 2 weeks ago I started having seizures, and this is due to the Herxheimer, the bacteria dying in my body, basically. Poisons me. So that generated a point where my body couldn't cope and I was having seizures. But I have just driven from where we're staying to here. And I did sort of test a new vehicle that we have because I sold the other vehicle. And the fact that I managed to drive to our forest project from where we're staying just means so much to me, because I have a want and a yearning to come to this exact location, actually, over here. Which is unfortunately cleared due to people wanting maize. And the reason I say here, it's very easy to access without destroying everything with the car. And I want to sleep here, and I want to set up infrared camera that we have, just a cheap one, so don't expect good quality footage, but for doing wildlife monitoring, because it's needing doing, and now's a good time in rainy season for that. So I'll be doing that. But, and it's a huge but, I want to talk about manifestation, and that ties into what I've just said. So, I'm not better by any measure. I'm exhausted, as if I've ran a marathon with the flu for driving, but it's definitely something I couldn't have done 2 weeks ago, so that's important. This here is our new car. It's old though. It's 1992 this car was made, but it's in immaculate condition. And it came here from Japan. Now, I had the silver car, and the silver car was bought after we had 2 write-offs in 48 hours. I think you're all aware of that. And this is a time for me to say I made a mistake, and I don't mind admitting that, because I'm not, well, none of us are trained and prepared, and if you're not making mistakes, then you're not living and learning. So I bought the most powerful car we could for the money, and I did that because you all know I had a very traumatic experience, and but nowhere near as traumatic as it was for the blood family, etc. But I was driving a child to hospital after 2 cars had failed to start, and he died in my arms. I knew he died as I got in between the car and the hospital door. I just knew he died, and because he had cerebral palsy and a contorted rib cage, they couldn't do any resuscitation. So as soon as I laid him down and they checked him, it was just too late. And I couldn't help but wonder, if I'd gotten there faster, even a minute faster, literally, maybe they would have been able to get him on oxygen and keep him alive. So I bought the fastest car I could. However, that only works at night time, because during the day you have traffic. So actually I can get there equally as fast in one of the other cars in daytime. I have had a high-speed drive in that car, which might have saved a life when someone was bitten by a poisonous snake last September, and we got to the hospital in record time at night time because of that. But I just couldn't justify it anymore. Now the other side of that, the other side of it, that car was, it just looked posh. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but it felt wrong to drive it for me here in Tanzania, and it always did from the word go. So I wanted an old version like the one we already had, but I wanted a specific type, and that's exactly what this is. But I want to talk just about manifestation, because the level of how this works was ridiculous. So this is fully set up for off-roading, and it's probably in better condition than the other car, which was a 2001 model. So it's 11 years old. It's in better condition, and it was half the price of it. I sold the other one. The money's going towards the children, and the other on a vehicle because we needed it. So it's fully set up, so I don't bash the sides, because I bashed the other ones a few times off-roading with these. It's done, everything's been water sealed inside, so it can go underwater. I've had problems where I've submerged cars here. Off-roading in Africa is very intense. So it's got everything I wanted, okay? And we were looking and couldn't find anything here. Like, we just couldn't find anything, but I had a specific list. But I thought it was just an impossible task. And this had been imported by actually an English guy who was working here and he imported the best one he could. He was a bit of a petrol head, and I know a bit about cars from my past life, as I say, so I think that's still in me a bit. After all, I suppressed it a lot. I am still enthusiastic about driving off-road and things like that. It's fun. I mean, it's just like a playground for a grown man, you know. But, and here's the clinching thing, I really had a thing in my head that I should have a vehicle that I'm able to sleep in. And the reason I say that is because I want to come and do a lot of this forestry work. There's going to be a lot of work coming up on a project that I haven't told you about regarding our farming. I don't want to tell you yet, but I'll fill it in with a proper detailed video. And thus, I wanted a four-wheel drive that I could lay down in. There's a Toyota called the Hilux. Sorry if it's boring you car talk, but in that a 6'1.5" man, I'm 6'3", could lay flat in the back of the car by folding the seats down. In the Land Cruisers, which are stronger, which I wanted, that doesn't happen because the seats don't fold flat. They are elevated by around about 12 inches, so you can't lay flat. So I said to Fritzy, a week before this came for sale, it went for sale and we bought it the same day as soon as it went for sale on the Facebook group for selling cars in Tanzania. I said to Fritzy if I could get an 80 series Land Cruiser with a conversion in the back, so as when I fold the seats down, the full thing's level, so I can put an airbed on it or a mattress and sleep on it. Also, if it's got the additional seats in the back that I can take out for the kids, and it's fully prepped for off-road driving, so as it's not getting waterlogged and everything like this, and with this exact engine. I said it would be so perfect, but maybe we'd have to import such a thing because we'd never find one. 6 days later it was. Ridiculously so. I mean, this is not a buyer's market for cars, I should explain. You try and find a good quality old Land Cruiser in Africa, Tanzania, it's not going to happen. We look and look and look, and it's hard to buy a car here. So it manifests. So we have our new car. But just stay focused on what you want is my thing. And you can see you didn't attract that. Someone was going to sell it anyway, but I just found it in the right way. And I only joined the Facebook group where it was for sale a week prior as well. So this is our new car. Exactly the same as the old one, except much, much better because it's got so many upgrades. As in the old blue car that we have, which is also the same age as it. And I just couldn't be happier, to be honest. You know, it's just a really amazing manifestation for us. And this is what I always say is, what is your business? If you ferociously, aggressively and passionately stick your mind on the what that you want to see, the how will do its own thing without you. And that's my experience in building this charity and everything, little bits and pieces like this as well. So when I'm stronger, by the way, because of this conversion as well, I plan to look after John a bit more. I'm going to do a very personal video explaining all this because there's been so many changes in me because I was living in an unsustainable way and in an unsustainable relationship with God, where I was suppressing all of my physical needs as a human being to try and serve God. But this is not right because humans need to play. We need to play. So for immeasurable years I've wanted to overland in Tanzania, as in tour the whole country. Now of course I'm not strong to do that by any measure yet, but there's so much wildlife I haven't seen. There's flying fox forest, the forest is filled with massive bats all day long, Gombe stream with the chimpanzees, all the unheard of parks, Lake Natron, a lake which is its chemical balance is such that if an animal falls in it, they turn to stone, and there's like art exhibitions about that and stuff. It's so amazing. There's just so much wonder. There's active volcanoes, the Mountain of God, which is my tribe, as in the Maasai. The belief is that their God lives on top of that mountain and it's constantly active. So much I want to see, never seen it. So I said to Fritzy, look, I need to do some stuff for myself when I'm better, and I need to have it planned as some personal goals for myself when I'm better, if that makes sense. I need something for me So I said I'll overland in this car and I'll sleep in it, and I'll just lift one of the solar panels off the house and put it on the roof and a battery in the back, and I'll be ready to go. So there should be some very interesting adventures and YouTube videos in this car in the years to come, I think. So, but yeah, keep manifesting is ultimately the important thing that I wanted to say from this video, and also to softly mention that yeah, things have changed, and I'm unapologetic about the way I've changed. Absolutely unapologetic, and I'm sure it disappoints people sometimes because they want me to maintain that level of mindset, but I can't anymore. I just can't do it because it's not sustainable. If I was a monk in a monastery, I could do it, but here you're just too exposed and too open in that state of consciousness permanently. I like to touch it every day if I can, and it still influences my actions every day. But you can't remain like that and deal with this stuff every day. It's too much. This week a child I know died, which is very painful regardless how well you know a child, but it's a child we tried to help. And then today I admit a child into Feather's Tail who was beaten so badly by their guardian that their leg had to be amputated. So dramatically intense that for a man to remain constantly heart-centered and have that hitting him is not okay, because it damages you. So what I've realized is I need to give John some space to move and express himself as an individual. I've spilled into something else here. So as when these things happen, it doesn't just destroy my heart constantly, because I've become hard-hearted over the years. I've seen too much. It's not natural to be in the middle of so many problems. Missionary agencies allow people 6 months and then 6 months off, so as because they know this damage. Aid agencies have programs to decondition you to leave. I've had none of that training. I've just been here non-stop, just getting hammered, and I can see the damage it's done to me psychologically and emotionally. And I'm remedying that by allowing me to be expressing himself in a new way, interwoven with who I am with regards to God. And I think that is an important progression. I think it's important that I broke down sick, because I think I was sick in another way that was unsustainable at the beginning of that happening. And I think in recovering from the physical sickness of Lyme, I'll recover from a sickness I wasn't even conscious I had in my heart, my soul, and my mind. So, I love you all. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, as it really helps us to grow the channel, and with it help more children here in Tanzania. Also, don't forget you can support our work by sharing with children in crisis here, be it sharing for a particular need or even sharing one-on-one support for education, housing, food and medical care. It can be done for as little as the cost of a cup of coffee a week back in the West, after all. Just visit www.sharetanzania.co.uk to find out more. Lastly, remember you can also support us via Patreon, www.patreon.com/featherstail, and help keep us here in Tanzania to continue our work. The links for the website and for the Patreon are in the description box of this video. Love and light, guys. See you soon.